to McClendon Studios, Random Thoughts and Observations. I'm your host, David E. McClendon Sr. And today we're going to talk about the Sisterhood. Now, you may or may not believe this, but there really is an organization among females that they call the Sisterhood. A woman will fight against one another just like mortal enemies until they find a common enemy that they need to fight against, and then they band together to form the Sisterhood. Now, people don't realize this, but the Sisterhood is more powerful than the Illuminati. Now, when I first wrote this, spell check decided to change Illuminati to laminate, and that's quite funny. But the Sisterhood is more powerful than laminate, but it's also more powerful than the Illuminati. Anyway, I found out about the power of the Sisterhood many years ago. Now, many years ago, Suzanne and I were apart for a while. I had some miscommunication. I misunderstood some things. And so she and I were broke up. Well, I say she and I were broke up. Actually, I was broke up and she wasn't. As far as she was concerned, we were still together. As a matter of fact, as far as anybody other than me was concerned, we were still together. I had asked this other girl out, and at that time, one of Suzanne's friends found out that I had asked this girl out. In the meantime, before we broke up, I had promised Suzanne that I was going to take her to the highway department to get her driver's license. Well, I was under the understanding when you broke up that all promises made were off at the time, but that wasn't the case, and Suzanne let me know in no uncertain terms that if I didn't take her to the highway department that I was a liar, and as a matter of fact I was a very big liar. And so I decided, well, I wasn't going to sit back and be called a liar, so I went ahead and made arrangements to take her to the highway department. And I had, like I said, I made arrangements to take this one girl out the same weekend that I was going to take Suzanne to the highway department, the same day as a matter of fact. And so I took Suzanne to the highway department, and while I was waiting for Suzanne to get all the paperwork done and to actually take the driver's test, I used the payphone and called the girl and tried to find out that, how our arrangements were for the evening. And she used every cliche in the book. She had to wash her hair, her parents were going out of town, that for whatever reason she just couldn't go out. Now, I told you I used the payphone, which kind of dates me, which is a good thing because at the time nobody else would date me. So anyway, I get back in the car, and Suzanne goes and finishes taking her driver's test, and she gets in the car and she looks over at me and she says, well, how's things going to go for your date tonight? And I didn't know she even knew anything about the fact that I had a date scheduled. And I said, it's not. And she just kind of looked, and we went, like she already knew that. And we went on. Well, what I had found out was that Suzanne's friends had found out about my date with this girl, and they had let her know in no uncertain terms that the Sisterhood would really, really appreciate it if she did not date me. And from that point forward, evidently the word was out that no one in the entire free world was to date me. As a matter of fact, at that point in time, no one in the free world, female-wise, would even look at me. And as a matter of fact, no one of the female persuasion would give me the time of day. If I wanted the time of day, I'd have to call the local time and temperature. And the voice on that one was a male, so even then I didn't win. I didn't get to speak with anyone female other than my mother at that point in time, and it was probably doubtful with her that I was going to be able to continue conversing with her. Who knows, the Sisterhood may have eventually persuaded her to not talk to me. Anyway, so a few weeks went on, and I had just given up the idea that I was going to get a date. Females wouldn't even look at me. People that, before had been just, friends wouldn't even talk to me. And so I had come home for the Christmas holidays from school, and I had brought my records with me, and I was sitting in the upstairs den at McClendon Manor, and watching television. The phone rang, and the voice on the other end of the phone was female. I'm like, what? And I didn't recognize the voice at all, but I did recognize that it was female. And I asked, well, who is this? And it turns out it was Suzanne's cousin. And she talked to me for a few minutes, and I was really confused because at that point in time I'd only met the girl one time and only talked to her that one time, and really didn't know anything about her. And here she was calling up like she was an old friend. And she said, Suzanne's here, would you like to talk to her? So she put Suzanne on the phone. And After a few minutes, Suzanne said, let me play you a record here. And she started playing me Elvis records. And I had my record collection. I had the stereo set up. So I started playing records back. And she would play a song, and I'd play a song, and she'd play a song, and I'd play a song. And then finally, all the songs that she had played had been Elvis records. And I didn't play a single Elvis record, but I could have gone and tapped into my mother's Elvis collection, which would have had probably everything ever recorded by Elvis at that time. Anyway, so I was playing records back to her, and finally, she played a song by Elvis Presley, of course, Are You Lonesome Tonight? And the words spoke to me and said, okay, are you sorry we drifted apart? And so I asked her to go with me again, and of course she said, I'll think about it. Well, that's what she did. She thought about it. And the next day, she sent a friend to tell me that yes, she would go with me again, and that I should call her right about 4 o'clock. See, Suzanne's father worked swing shift, and there was always a time during the day that he'd be sleeping, and so I wouldn't want to call and wake him up. Well, the friend told me to call her after 4 o'clock. Well, I called, and Suzanne wasn't there. And so the next day, I called her, and she was there, and we got back together, and the rest is history. Watch the videos that I've put on here about master control, and the other videos that go along, like our wedding video, and you'll learn a little bit more about us. In the meantime, though, if you like this video, if you like the different things we've said, like it on the page. If you drop us a comment in the box down below, or send it to gindysvideos at gmail.com. That's gindysvideos at gmail.com. And also, if you would please follow this blog and let us know that that we've reached you, and we thank you.
This is a Federal Trade Commission required notice. When you click on an advertisement that is displayed with this video, or just before it, we receive a small commission. Sometimes, if you merely watch an ad, we receive commission. If you purchase anything by clicking on links on any of our websites, we receive a commission as well.
McClendon Studios is a participant in the Amazon Services LLC Associates Program, an affiliate advertising program designed to provide a means for sites to earn advertising fees by advertising and linking to Amazon.
Suzanne has written a great book of poetry. It is called Shattered. You can find it on Amazon.com. We have a new book. Many people want to know if homeschooling will work for them. This book may help you answer that question. You can find it on Amazon.com.
We also offer you the book How to Pay Off Your Debt. Buy it on Amazon.com.
On the 18th of August, in honor of my beautiful child bride Suzanne, all of our books will be free.